We are here to talk about the operating systems and the different kind of operating system, how they handle process management. Today's presentation is presented by Aaron Wang, Manmeet Kaur, Pradeep Kaur, Balkaran Singh, Chetna, Karanbir Singh, and Randeep Singh.
So the main topic we are talking today about is process management. So firstly, let's describe what is the process. So process is the instance of a computer program that is being executed by one or more threads. They are an important unit of computation that programmers manage to validate a certain result of using resources or to represent various aspects of the environment that are needed to complete the procedure in run mode. So process management involves carrying out of various tasks such as process creation, scheduling, managing deadlock, running and terminating dynamic execution building blocks. It is the responsibility of the operating system to manage all running resources of the system by performing tasks such as resource allocation and process scheduling. The two main aspects of process are set of instruction to be executed, known as program code, and set of data associated with that code. So moving further, when a program is loaded into memory and it becomes a process, it can be categorized into four sections. That is the stack, heap, data, and text. The process stack contains the temporary data such as methods, parameters, return address, and local variables defined inside a program. Data can be divided into two parts, that is initialized data and uninitialized data.
Process ID, it is also known as process descriptor. When a process is created, the operating system creates a corresponding process control block. The role of the process control block is central in process management, and they are accessed by most utilities, particularly those involved with scheduling and resource management. Process ID is basically a unique identification for each process in the operating system. Process state is the state of the process, whether it's running, ready, or waiting. A pointer is the parent to the process. Process privilege, this is basically required to allow access to system resources. Program counter is a pointer to the address of the next instruction to be executed for this process. And the process in the operating system can characterize in the following states, which is new, ready, running, waiting, block, terminated, suspend, ready, suspend, blocked. Execution of a program involves a series of thread processes, each interdependent in that they rely on the results of both before a new process can be started. The OS executes various activities in creating process, which are a process control block to track execution state of each process.
Process scheduling in operating system. Process scheduling in operating system is one of the major parts of the system itself. It's required to make the status of the function work efficiently, and it also helps in fluctuating the flow of operations by using its algorithm and selecting / removing the running process based on the importance of procedure. There are three main types of schedulers, namely long-term, also known as a job scheduler, short-term or CPU scheduler, medium-term scheduler. CPU scheduling is most important of all. It is a typical procedure in which both input and CPU time are input output and CPU time are used. In multi-programming operating systems, one process might use the CPU while another waits for input output. Only process scheduling makes this possible. The process of choosing which process will have the sole access to the CPU while another is paused is known as CPU scheduling. The two types of CPU scheduling are preemptive / non-preemptive.
Scheduling disciplines. Way of allocating resources between parties who make unsynced requests for them is often called scheduling or discipline policy or algorithms. routers, printers, or disk drivers, along with embedded and operating systems, use scheduling disciplines. They are used to prevent scarcity of resources for parties. Various scheduling methods are used to complete the problem of choosing pending requests, and some of them are first in, first out, FIFO, shortest remaining time first, SJF, fixed priority, preemptive scheduling, round robin scheduling, multi-level queue scheduling, work conserving scheduler, and at last we have manual scheduling. There is no default or best method for scheduling. It all depends on which one will work fine while building operating systems at the time. Sometimes operating systems also uses combination of methods.
History and previous operating system. Starting with 360 and successor, it had a discounted batch processing OS developed by IBM. Although 360 was discontinued, but the successor operating systems, including Virtual Storage MVS, are still running. Windows are classic Mac OS. Mac OS 9 is empowered by cooperative scheduling as well as preemptive scheduling for multiprocessing. Linux. Linux 2.4 used a scheduler with multi-level feedback queue and priority level ranging from 0 to 140.
It is a heart of operating system. Basically, it is an interface between the application with software and the hardware. It is of 5 types, but mostly the hybrid kernel, which is a combination of microkernel and the monolithic kernel, is mostly used nowadays. If we are talking about CFS, which is a completely fair scheduler, it is used for scheduling the every task with a fair share of processor resources in a low fast but highly effective way. It is better for batch processing, which is also known as CPU bond. And if we are talking about BFS, that is a brainfuck scheduler, is also used to handle big files. It is a read-only editor, but which was developed for Unix operating system, but nowadays it's no more used by the people because it is outdated. Next.
Difference of algorithms in Windows and Linux. Linux is an open source, whereas Windows is a licensed operating system. Moreover, Windows uses a microkernel, which saves a lot of space, but also have a very low efficiency, while Linux uses a monolithic kernel. When it comes to security, Linux is more secure than Windows due to its military-grade encryption.
Microsoft has launched Windows 11 with program task in mind. It will assign memory resources and prioritize foreground activities. The sleep mode in Windows 11 is really a great feature. With the help of this, we can resume where we left off. And there are some advantages and disadvantages of Windows 11. First one is incredible graphic change. The theme set is all new and different in Windows 11, including start button and startup sound. The next one is an improved task view is accessible, which means users are able to switch between Windows pane easily. The multitasking feature of Windows 11 will make it easier for users to organize windows in different sizes. The next advantage is instantaneous gaming and search. The Insta search will enable users to see the result as they type their query. For a better gaming experience of users, Xbox and Microsoft Team have integrated. The last advantage is intuitive tablet mode. With the help of this, users are able to interact with screen touch through voice typing, touchscreen, custom keyword setting, and digital pen. There are some disadvantages of Windows 11. The first one is particular system prerequisite. With at least 4 GB and 64 GB hard disk spaces, it's really hard to believe Windows 11 will be faster. The minimum system requirement are must for Windows 11. PC or laptop with their continue will cost more to users. The next one is users flexibility. Even though Windows 11 promises to overcome some limitations of Windows 10, some users may take time to adapt to the new features. The next is potential upgrading problems. Microsoft releases patches and system updates from time to time, but problems may arise for Windows 10 users later if Microsoft makes it mandatory to upgrade. The last disadvantage is instruction and problem solving. If a problem occurs in operating system, the technical professional need to troubleshoot it. The new version of operating system brings advanced features, so it may not be easy at beginning for tech support to get to the root cause easily. Next slide. To sum up, Windows 11 is more used by regular people because of gaming and other software. And due to the security and performance advantages of Linux, it enjoys greater involvement of industry people.